So let us also attempt solving this quadratic equation from scratch. Yes, not the one that is already factorized for us. All right. So if you are given this type of quadratic equation, and then you know that it is stated that you should, it is stated that you should use factorization, method of factorization. You first of all, you know that every quadratic equation exists in this form. So this equation must be arranged. This equation must be arranged to this form. So if you arrange it, you are going to have this crossing over here give you minus, and then this crossing over here give you minus 5, and then equals 0. So it is of this form. If it is not of this form, you cannot solve using any of the method unless you make it to be in this form. So what we have to do now is to factorize. This one we are going to use the method we actually use to factorize every quadratic expression. So what we have to factorize the left-hand side. First of all, you know that we are to multiply what? Multiply 2x squared by minus 5. So that is, you have 2x squared times minus 5. You are going to have minus 10x squared. So when you have minus 10x squared, you will find two factors of minus 10x squared, whose sum is what? Minus 3x. So we are preparing the table, and what we will have is this. Okay, let's look at this. The last term, the product is negative, and the middle term is negative. And remember that whenever the last term is negative, the two factors you are to find, one will be what? One will be negative and one will be positive. And the one that will be positive depends on this, right? The magnitude of the factors that will carry a positive sign depends on the middle term. So if the middle term is negative, therefore means that the factors with the highest magnitude will be what? Negative. Yes. So the bigger factor will be what? Negative, because the middle term is negative. So what we have to do is say factors of minus 10x squared and sum of factors. Sum of factors. So we'll have 1 and 10x. Remember, the bigger will be negative. And we also have 2 and 5x. The bigger will be what? Negative. So let's see what we have here. X minus 10, that is 1 minus 10 give you 1x minus 10x give you minus 9, and this give you minus 3. Right, swing that. So we have gotten what we are looking for, the two factors. So we are going to replace it with this, replace minus 3x with plus 2x minus 5x in this equation. So we are going to have the next step to be 2x squared plus 2x minus 3x minus 5. Minus 5x, minus 5x, then minus 5. So replace minus 3x with this. And then we factorize by grouping. What you are going to have here is 2x is common. 2x is common, and you have 2x squared divided by 2x plus 2x over 2x. Minus 5 is common, so you have minus 5x minus 5 divided by minus 5. Remember, equals 0. So what you're going to have here is this particular one. This cancel here cancel x, then here cancel 1, and minus 5. Minus 5 cancel minus 5, you have x. Then minus cancel minus is plus, then this cancel here, you have 1 equals 0. Since the bracket is the same, what you do have is x plus 1, x plus 1, then 2x minus 5 equals 0. What next? We are done factorizing the what? The left hand side. So we are now apply the principle. We apply the principle. If two terms are multiplied to give us 0, so either the first one, x plus 1 equals 0, or the second one, 2x minus 5 equals 0. So if the first one is 0, we have that if x plus 1 equals 0, it therefore means that x equals minus 1. So when it crosses over, is minus 1. But if it is the second term, that is 0, that is 2x minus 5, that is 0, it therefore means that x equals, this one crossover is 5, then divided by 2. So we can now say, therefore x equals minus 1, or 2 or number 1 over 2. If we convert 5 over 2 to a mixed number, you're going to have 2 or number 1 over 2. So that is how to solve quadratic equation by method of factorization. So another example is solve the following equation by factorization. Now you are given 2m squared minus 5m equals 0 and e squared minus 7e plus 10 equals 0. You are asked to solve this by factorization, and it's very simple. You have 2m squared minus 5m equals 0. What you do is, this one is, there is no c. In this case, there is nothing like c. All right? There's no constant. So what we just focus on, okay, the common, what is common here? You have the common factor here is m. So you have m is common. If you bring factor m out here, you're going to have 2m minus 5. Now you have gotten a product of two factor. So whenever you have product of two factor, remember either the first factor is what? 0, or the second factor equals 0. So then m would be 0, or m would be, in this case, 5 divided by 2, right? So therefore you can say that m equals 0, or 2 or number 1 over 2, because 5 over 2 is 2 or number 1 over 2. So let's try the next one. The next one is e squared minus 7e plus 10 equals 0. Since we are already familiar with factorization of quadratic expression, and you've factorized so many expressions, so we are not going to do that here. We are not going to just factorize. We can just look at it and tell the factor of that expression. Now, since there is nothing here for us to multiply, we can just focus on 10. Now 10, what will you multiply together to give you 10? And then when you add it together, it gives you 7. Then that is, if you say 1 times 10, 1 times 10 will give you 11 if it's added together. If the two factors are added together. 1 times 10 is 10, but if you add it together, it will give you 11. So 2 and 5, 2 times 5 is 10, 2 plus 5 is 7. So what are you going to do? You just substitute here e squared minus 5e minus 2e plus 10 equals 0. Listen, simple as that. So yeah, what is common here is e, and then you have e minus 5, and then here minus 2 is common, and you have e minus 5 equals 0. Do you know what it means? What it means is that if you are to bring our factor as 2, you have to divide, you factor out 2, you have to divide minus 2e by minus 2 and then plus 10 by minus 2. And then you will end up having this e, and then this cancel this e, then you have this. Okay, that's how we got minus 5 here. So the idea of this factorization is in factorizing by grouping like this, you should be familiar with factorization by common factor. That yes, factorization by common factor. If you really know how to factorize expression by common factor, you will not have issue. Yeah. So what we have here is e minus 5 and then e minus 2 equals 0. So you can boldly say that e equals to 5 or 2. Right? So that is how the equation is solved.